Javi Gracia looks set to become Leeds United's new manager. He has managed Watford and Valencia in his managerial time, beating the likes of Real Madrid in the process. But how will he affect Leeds? Well, join me as we head to the tactics board to discuss how Javi Gracia might be able to improve Leeds United. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, it really would mean a lot. But now, let's talk about how Javi Gracia will improve Leeds United. This is the side that I think that Javi Gracia will be picking to play for Leeds United. There might be some personnel changes, but generally I think this is going to be how they're going to play. You can see that I've got them set up in this 4-4-2 formation. This allows for both width and it allows for a bit more of a defensive stability. The movement from some of these players is going to be absolutely key. And yes, Leeds fans, you did hear me correct. I did say width. You're going to be having width in this side finally after having to persist with going through the middle towards the goal for the last few months. Bear with me because we're going to be going through the lineup and then we're going to be talking about how they're going to be going forwards. We have Bellier in goal, Christensen, Voba, Cooper and Firpo. We have Adams and Weston McKennie. We have Nonto and Sinistera out on the wings. These two are going to be incredibly crucial. And then you have your front two in Brendan Aronson and Rutter. I will get to Aronson in just a second. Rutter I've just put in there because it's their main signing. And I do think he's going to start to come into his own given the opportunity and the chance. I know he's young. He can obviously always be swapped in for a Patrick Bamford or a Rodrigo. We can just mix around with that later. But the most important thing I want you to focus on is the formation in general and the way that they're going to play. It's these lines that I want you to really focus on, the way they're going to play and defend. But when we're talking about them defending, what are they going to do? Well, you're going to see them line up in this 4-4-2. They're going to tuck in a little bit deeper to be in the width of the penalty area. This will keep the back four defensively solid and it also allow them to shuffle backwards and forwards, but also in line, maintaining that offside trap, allowing them to really push on forwards into the midfield as well if they ever need to. Weston McKennie and Adams will do a good job of shuttling across because of their energy and their high tempo pace. We also have Nonto and Sinistera who will be engaging from the wings. You need to make sure that you have the width and the pressure from the width to make sure that the opposition can't come down the sides. That will be engaged by the likes of Nonto and Sinistera. And then you have Brendan Aronson and Rutter who will be doing one of the main jobs in this side, which is making sure that you're pressing the opposition as much and as quickly as you possibly can. Once the press is engaged, you have the likes of Sinistera coming forwards as well as Nonto who will be assisting this. Adams and McKennie will not be a part of this because they'll be two holding midfielders and they want to make sure that they have a transitional play and they want to be defensively stable at the same time, so Adams and McKennie will not join in on that. It's imperative that this front four do a lot of work, which is why this system will work. And I do believe that the amount of energy that Leeds have will allow them to really bounce off that and then go forwards. Offensively, because I'm sure that's really what you want to talk about, goals and how they're going to be scored. Well, I spoke and I mentioned width, and that's exactly what's going to happen in this side. You're going to have Sinistera coming down this left-hand side, or the right-hand side I should say, and Nonto coming down this left-hand side. And if I just highlight these specific areas, because I think they're very crucial to maintain, we've got this channel and this channel. These are where these two players are going to be living, literally, I'm not kidding. So we're going to move them forwards here. As I said, Brendan Aronson is playing in an interesting position. I don't think he'll be put out on the right-hand side, but at the same time, I also don't think he's too much of a central attacking midfielder, and this is why I think a second striker role is extremely pivotal for him. If Rutter receives the ball, Aronson's going to be able to make that darting channel run past Rutter and it will allow and break the lines. The same can be said the other way around. Aronson is good at passing the ball, so if he ever wants to try and link up with Rutter and play the ball through to him, Rutter can also go as well, and it just allows for a little bit of combination. That also means that they're able to have the dynamism and the mobility to be able to engage a press if they ever need to, but it also helps with the counter press if they ever start to lose the ball. Aronson and Rutter, or it could be Bamford or Rodrigo, let's not get bogged down too much by the names or the personnel, but it enables them, and that energy with a bit more of a structure I think will really help them going forwards. It also enables an extra person to get into the box, which I think will really help Leeds. Obviously you found out at certain times they haven't had enough people in the box, they haven't been finishing chances, and just that extra body will really help. As I've said on a defensive note, Adams and McKennie will not be moving, and that's because they want to be defensively sound when they go forwards. And that means that they're going to need to just pin one of those central midfielders back just a little bit. McKennie might move forward into this position here, just in front of Adams, just to allow that little bit of cover. Adams will sit here, McKennie will sit here, but still, they won't be too far away from each other. You're going to want these two to really be in sync. You're going to want these two to work with each other. As for going forwards, you're not going to have the stable back four that you previously did, because you're obviously on the attack, you're offensive. More than likely than not, you're going to have pinpoint one of the fullbacks to really go forwards, and then the other one's going to tuck in and become a back three. I've nominated Firpo for this position because I think that the height of Christensen and the tactical awareness, the lesser mobility as well, will mean that Christensen will be that extra third centre-back. So Gnonto will cut inside, as we've just seen here, and this will allow Firpo to really take up this channel. Again, making sure that you're utilising the width down the pitch. Firpo will go up, and we'll move him now. When this happens, you're going to see these three centre-backs pin across and become a back three, allowing them to be defensively stable, picking up those channels. So you've got Christensen eyeing up this channel, you've got Cooper eyeing up this channel, and then you have Weber, who can go from left to right. Again, the personnel can change. It's more the system and the way it plays that's extremely important. So Firpo is here. He can play in crosses to allow extra space. Sinistera can do the same thing. Aronson can drop out of the pocket and then move over to this right-hand channel if Sinistera wants to vacate that and go into the box. And Rutter should be occupying this main penalty area. Obviously, with the pressure and the energy of Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie, you can have them shuttling across. If I remove those lines and just show you here, you can have them shuttling across, making sure that they're engaging that counter press higher up the pitch. They have the defensive solidity of the rest of these players, which means that they're able to really win the ball back higher up, allowing for that transition to Sinistera or to Firpo. Gnonto, you get my point. You can understand and see how this system might work, and it's all based off high energy, high tempo and high work rate, which are all things that we know that we can associate with this Leeds United team. And it's through this, and it's through this extra structure and this extra stability, that I really do think that Javi Gracia will be able to get quite a good tune out of this Leeds side. It might be a little bit less forthright, it might be a little bit less crazy and gung-ho, but I do think it's the structure that I think will be really useful to this Leeds side going forwards, not just defensively but also offensively. Sometimes going forwards you need a structure and you need a way of playing. And I think that putting Brendan Aronson into this central attacking midfield / centre forward role will unlock him and allow him to drift a little bit more. He can work with the likes of Rutter or perhaps Bamford, perhaps Rodrigo, make those deep lying runs, make those post striker runs to enable a breaking of lines, and then that engages and brings Sinistera into the play and Gnonto. They don't always have to hold their width, they also have the ability to cut inside. They're very pacey, they're very direct wingers, and that also allows Firpo to come on the overlap. It's very, very exciting times for Leeds United fans, and I do think that this extra structure will be something that will definitely help them going forwards, and hopefully keep them up. That's it for today, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave the video with a like and subscribe if you haven't, for more content like this coming very soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well. You don't want to miss what's coming up in the near future. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on Javi Gracia joining Leeds United. How do you think you might be able to improve them, and where do you see them going from here? Do they stay up? Let me know what you're thinking in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. But like I said, that's it from me for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.